Should last you a good while. Not bad, if I do say so myself. Bring me the materials, and I'll think about it. Should last you a good while. And how am I meant to do that then? No scratches, all right? Anything else?
Thank you, Clive. Not just from me, but from Kenneth, too.
What can I get you, Sid?
As if setting up... Good news, everyone!
Oh, keep your mug handy. Welcome back, Sid. You look like you could do with a drink.
Well... Drink up, you lot. The next round's on Sid.
What can I get you, Sid?
That's what we like to hear. Knock 'em back.
You look like you could do with a drink. Honestly, Sid, you're too nice for your own good.
Do you hear that, ladies and gents? The next round's courtesy of the realm's most benevolent outlaw.
There's a trophy right there.
He cracked the crystal too? You're joking.
Trophy.
good it is to see you, Clive. I have a few new notes that might interest you. There is a rather fascinating
Trophy.
excerpt I've been meaning to show you. What subject shall we consider today? You are always welcome, Clive. My knowledge is yours. You are always welcome, Clive.
Hugo Cook is dead.
Told me she was building a ship.
Here for another of my lectures. How may I help you today? Of course. Here you are. The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Here's everything we've received and everything promised. You earned this. Here you are. Best of luck out there, Sid.
Fancy a look at the list, do you?
Here you go.
Seen enough? run like the wind.
We're not alone.
Ready, go? Fly, Ambrosia.
Yeah, not bad. Excuse me. My throat. Oh, it's because I'm smoking a blunt. So this is Final Fantasy 16, and I'm in the middle of doing the optional stuff, like the side quests and the hunts. That's my chicken. We ride chickens. Chicken rider. And I'm live streaming this too. I'm on YouTube. I need to take a quick break. I was trying to look at my moves. Yeah. Every Final Fantasy is completely different from the last. Yeah, 15 I didn't play too much, but I'm willing to revisit it. Holy shit. Well, the one called Comrades ain't that bad. It's called Final Fantasy Comrades. The 2-player version was playable. I need full concentration for this. This is one of the tough bosses, and I need to fight this guy. No, you don't have to. I just can't listen right now. I gotta try to fight. Yes, I don't know why they're making us kill this poor turtle. Why they want us to fight this thing? It didn't hurt nobody. It's out in the desert. Somebody put up a reward. Somebody put up a reward in the bar. Yeah, it was somebody from the bar. They put up a poster and said they want this thing dead. Alright, it's Gamera. Gamera, the fucking turtle thing. Gamera. Okay, we brought it to its knees. Try to crush it. Crush it. Super Saiyan. Heal, heal, heal. Trying to have the dog heal me. Tied up right now. He's tied up. Like I had a dog heal me little by little. No. Where is he? The only thing that could bring me back is that dog, little by little. I've exhausted everything else. Just the dog can help me. You gotta bring it to its knees again. Heal. Damn. I know how to beat this thing though. I need to go back to the town and buy items. I started this match with not the items. What a turtle. So I gotta figure out, there's a town somewhere. Well, I had a snapping turtle for 5 years. I gotta figure out how to get back to the town. Right there. And there should be my snapping turtle died because I went on vacation and couldn't change the water, and when I came back, he had a sickness.
Is it business or pleasure? Go on then.
Oh shit. Uh-oh, something happened. Well, I'm on YouTube anyway. You could just click on the broadcast if you wanted to. You just click on the red dot.
And how were you gonna carry all that? Let's not
You
be
know how like
greedy
a
now.
profile got like a red dot?
It'd better all be here.
Yeah, I know, but if you still, wanted to join, you just use the red dot icon. That way I don't have to do a, Alright. Alright. That's because of SharePlay connection. It looked crystal clear on YouTube. Yeah, it is a little bit. Part 7, Part 2 is better. Rebirth is better. What's it called? I might have heard about it. Never heard of it. I can't see what I can't see what you're playing. It just says PS4. Don't show the game. Okay, that's good. I was gonna research what it was. I'll click on your profile then. It says Uno, South Park, and Detroit Being Human. Holy crap. Alright, so I just losing my train of thought. Alright, so now we just bought the items. Now we go back to wherever that monster was. Just the name of it's gonna make a lot of people not play it. Drop the controller. Whatever the hell name you said, that's gonna keep a lot of people from playing it. If they need to change that name bad. Yeah, I know. You showed it to me. I got one of them on my wish list. If it goes down to $5 or $10, I'll buy it. If not, I'll just never play it. Right now, what I'm gonna buy as soon as midnight hits, I'm gonna buy the DLC for this game. One day when your PS4 breaks and you can't find another used one, and you get a PS5, you'll find other games that are PS5 games. Yeah, this game's not on the computer. Yeah, most of the PS5 exclusives, they wait a year to put them on the computer. Helldivers is on the computer. Well, I'm watching comic book videos on my phone. YouTube, it's called Fresh Comic Stories. In case you ever were on YouTube and typed in that word. Fresh Comic Stories. When you're trying to do that for other people? What, so there's like some kind of oil field somewhere? What, you mean them things that move back and forth? I don't understand any of that. I don't understand the concept behind it. I don't even understand what you mean. Where you're digging for oil with a shovel? Well, you should be pretty rich then. Anything that has to do with oil, you should be pretty rich. Well, you should force those people to pay you more or sabotage their shit. Sabotage their shit. Or fucking tell them that you're gonna sabotage everything unless you get a stake in the company. Tell them nobody have no oil. You fucking light all the wells on fire. Tell them you go work for the Dubai. Go work in it. You tell them you'll work for the Indians and you tell them what oil's all about. Shit job is 16 or 9. Your job will be the best job in New York. There ain't nobody that makes that much in New York. You should tell them you want 500 an hour, or you're going to work for the Indians. You have to move to Iran and give them all the secrets. Well, it's not something I can worry about playing Final Fantasy, but I get what you mean, kind of. Well, we're fighting a turtle battle. The battle of the turtle. Fighting a turtle, smoking a blunt. You're welcome to join, but sometimes I'm not going to be able to talk. I mean, you're welcome to hang out as long as you like. On the 5, in order to go on mute, there's a little rice-sized button. It's like a piece of rice on the bottom of the controller, and you just press it and go on mute. So I can just say a word, I can just talk, and then click mute, and then talk, and then click mute, like a walkie-talkie. Killed it. Shit, no, notorious mark.
It should have stayed in its shell.
You can't beat the turtle. You can't beat the turtle. I'll give you the controller. Took me 3 tries. Or sell it. Paint its shell. Paint flowers on its shell. I've seen some turtles with painted shells, and then when the turtles grew up, the shells were destroyed.
Ready, go?
What'd you say, Rambo? Rambo from Mortal Kombat 11. Rambito. Watch out for all the Mexicans. Okay, I don't have no notifications when I'm live streaming. Okay, hold on a second. So say, why are you burning everything? What the hell kind of place is that? I ain't never seen a place like that. Yeah, I live in a town, an urban area. I almost died in a fire. Yeah, battery box. I'm looking at my marijuana. Baggery box. Baggery? What's it called? Baggery? You put it in a bag? That's my PS5. That's me sitting there with my Jason mask on. Holy shit, I don't even know what that is. Looks like the inside of a PS5. Okay, hold on. I see it. Yeah, it looks like the inside of a PlayStation. Oh, for like a car. A car battery box. That's a picture I made of myself. And there's a bud. The bud's as big as my arm. And that's a picture of a little bit I bought. That's a little bit I bought right there with And the other picture got the buds hanging from the ceiling. Yeah, you just want to plant it in some good dirt somewhere, a whole bunch of it. You don't want more than one. You don't want one plant. You want a lot of them. When it's done growing, it takes a long time to cut. You gotta cut it and dry it. It takes a long time if you got a lot. Yeah, I had to clip it. I had to cut and clip and dry like a whole pound of weed. It took me like, I had to do it in shifts. Like it took me like 3 days to cut it all. It was a little less than that. It took me like 3 days of clipping it, a few hours a day. Yeah, and he probably had a group of people helping him clip it. They probably didn't clip it too good.
So what do you think?
That we'd be lucky to make it out alive.
Cause there ain't no way two people's clipping 50 pounds. If they did, it's not clipped too good. In order to clip a couple pounds, you need a group of people clipping it.
Really?
I bet you if you go ask him again, he'll say that he had 2 or 3 of his friends helping him clip it.
Up ahead, and too much of it for us to handle.
His buddy Telly or whoever probably helped him grow it. But when it came time to clip all the leaves off it and they brought the plants somewhere, they cut all the plants down and then brought them somewhere to be clipped. That's where the helpers were waiting. The other people that helped him clip all that.
Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked with finding a merchant's missing carts. You seen it by any chance?
How does
In order to like harvest the weed, you cut down the whole plant, and then you start clipping all the leaves off of it. Then you start hanging the branches up to dry for 2 weeks.
He sent the 2 of us to fetch it, but it's gone. Now, I'm not much of a thinker, but I know the work of thieves when I see it.
My brother's right on all accounts. And by my estimation, the bastards are lying in wait just down the road.
Well, that's a terrible... I mean, I'm sure it worked, but it sounds like a terrible system because you're never supposed to just cut pieces off the plant. The plant matures all at once. Yeah, well, I mean, the plant mature... I know how to grow shit from I got a horticulturist. It's not supposed to have seeds. Okay, let me cut you off. If you do it right, it's not gonna have seeds. So they had female plants, obviously. So a female plant is not gonna have seeds. Now the point that I'm trying, forget it. Yeah, forget it.
Well, if I'm going to have to deal with them anyway.
You've clearly got a fine head on those broad shoulders.
We're lucky you came along. Now, hoping to make a heavy purse in Boklad, our merchant friend loaded his cart with as much as it would carry. Reckon he won't be forking over the rest of our fee if we...
Well, the way a weed plant, you keep interrupting me. The way a weed plant grows, if it matures all at once. So there's no way that anybody who's good at growing weed will ever just cut branches off and then wait for the rest of the plant to mature. That ain't how you grow weed. So they must have a lot to learn.
You do that, we'll take care of the rest.
I kind of get what you mean, but it's...
You'll be doing Boklad a favor if you can clear out that pass.
I'm not sure I trust those 2. But if there are bandits lying in wait, I should probably take care of them.
Maybe it's the type of weed they were growing. I don't know. I know that all the weed I ever seen or ever heard of, and all the books and all the videos and all the different pounds I grew and all the years I've grown since I was 10 years old, the whole plant matures at once. You know what I mean? If it's outdoors, the whole plant matures at once. If you're under a light, the whole plant. I mean, I'm sure it's possible. Anything is possible. I heard they got a new kind of weed that's albino. I heard they got a new kind of weed. It's just white. It's just white like a piece of paper. Well, the point I'm trying, you're missing my point. I heard they got a kind of weed where they altered the genetics of the plant so there's no green in the plant. The stalk ain't green, the plant ain't green. It's a white plant. It's a white plant. And it's like really rare and it's really hard to grow. Only like certain rich people got it like in laboratories and shit. It ain't released to the public yet. It was discovered as like, you know how humans can be albino? Well, somebody was growing a ton of weed and one of the plants had an albino mutation. And they somehow like isolated the like DNA of it or some shit and like tried to reproduce it with like minimal success. But there's like white weed being like experimented on. Albinoism. Yeah, I heard that if you got a beehive, like if you're a beekeeper and you don't let the bees have pollen, all you give them access to is fully budded marijuana plants. They'll take the crystals off the bud and make marijuana honey. Because some people that well, whatever, you get what I'm trying to say, right? There's a couple people that just happen to grow weed and keep bees, and what they discovered is if you give the bees only access to marijuana plants with buds, you don't give them no flowers, no pollen, no nothing, right? You just give them access to the weed buds. Yeah, that's what they. I just thought it was a fun, cool, you know, who would have thunk.
Getting all of this out of here will be a nightmare.
Seems we found ourselves the right man.
Yeah, I heard of
Found
it.
the cart and didn't leave a
I know that you
single
can buy
bastard
expensive vaporizers
Our
of it.
merchant friend will be delighted.
And how exactly will he be getting his goods
Yeah, well, you
out
could
of
buy
here?
a DMT vaporizer for $100.
After all, it'd be wrong to make such a fine warrior haul cabbages to market.
You've done
But
your part. And that's all you need to worry about. Here. It's been a pleasure. Now piss off.
There's no need to be so rude, brother. What if we want his help again next time?
I say we take a bunch of barrels of LSD and dump it in the public reservoir. Have everybody tripping when they take a shower. Yeah, both. Infect them all with Joker gas. Yeah, hit them all in the head with baseball bats. I met a guy or whatever, he was doing life in prison because he killed a guy by hitting him in the head with a hammer. Well, he was only supposed to do 25 to life, but still didn't let him out. It's been like 30 years. So I'm trying to figure out how to access the DLC. This was like back in like the 70s or something. There was a long story behind it. The dude was a drug addict and he was at a gay bar and he killed some faggot to try to take all his cocaine. And then when the cops figured out what happened. They said he killed a guy with a hammer. There's some guy I knew his brother. It says the new quest will be unlocked after unlocking Origin as a destination on the world map and completing the quest. There's I need to memorize these unlock conditions. Unlock Origin as a destination. Complete the quest where there's a will. Let's see if I've done any of that. None of it rings a bell. None of it rings a bell. Let's see what my quests are. Main scenario progress. Yeah, so you're best to get that after you beat the game, I guess. And then what else is there? Go to all the games I want, none of them are on sale anymore. They're all on the PS5 anyway. Nobody said it did. We're only talking about that it has 2 DLC that were released today. It's not. No, the story's not that good. Well, you're probably never going to play it then. It costs $75 anyway, so I doubt you'd be able to afford it. Well, good, me too. I got $300 million. There's no place to even buy weed where you're at. How come? Beer's worse. Makes you feel terrible. It's probably because you don't smoke weed, you can't get into them. Yeah, I know, weed takes care of that. Well, go get some then. That's what the alcohol does. Better off smoking weed like a normal person. Yeah, I know. I've done Adderall before. I even sniffed it and smoked it. You know, you can crush it up and put it in a cigarette. You can crush it up and dump it in a cigarette. Or you can sniff it. The ones I had were orangish. They're like orangish. Kind of orange looking. Yellowish kind of. I don't remember if they were orange or yellow. But the ones I had, they weren't white. They weren't blue, they weren't white, none of that. There's a buddy of mine, this guy I know, he stole 90 of them from somebody else. He said, come over he said, come pick me up, I'll sell your 90 pills, I'll sell them for you. But then he said this, park on this street corner, I'm gonna walk behind that building, and then I'm gonna sell the pills. Well, he walked behind the building, came out on the other street, and took a bus home. About 2 hours later, those people called him and said, "We're still sitting on the corner. You never came back from behind the building." He said, "Oh, a guy put a gun to my head and I ran. I'm home hiding. You should go home too. He might come out from behind the alleyway." And there's nothing they could do. So he robbed them. He robbed those people. He took all the pills. So that's how I got some of them for free. You sure it's not a roach clip to hold the joint when it gets small? Gotta be a roach clip. You should name the turtle wrench.
This is where we're supposed to meet Goots, isn't it?
That's what I'm naming the turtle.
He said he'd wait for us here after replenishing.
Called the
his
turtle
supplies.
wrench.
I dare say he'll have finished by now.
The best service.
It's wrench.
What do you think, girl?
I didn't look at it. I might not look at it till tomorrow.
This is everything.
So I got the money to buy another game, but I want to get the DLC for this. But in order to play it, I gotta beat this game.
Peaches and pears.
Wonders from across the water. Come one, come all. Feast your eyes. Good sir,
Should have
can I
stolen.
interest you in.
How much? For a measly crust of bread?
You won't find any cheaper. Not nowadays. They are more than welcome to look.
Must have never been poor. Must not been poor long enough.
Empire's unlawful and illegitimate occupation of the crystalline dominion is still in effect. Only those whose business in Twinside has been officially approved by the Republican Army will be permitted to cross the border. All who seek entry are to form a line and ready their documents for inspection.
Looks like we aren't the only ones who are eager to leave.
Can't you make an exception? Not for the likes of you.
You're playing with your phone?
He must be around here somewhere.
No, only thing that'll happen is they'll say that their credit card was missing and they'll put a stop to it. They don't go after the person that used it. They only care about the person and they'll try to charge the person for a new card. That's all they care about. They're going to say, let's say, for example, you gave me. I'm just joking. All right, I want to explain something. Okay. All right, well, imagine if you didn't. Imagine if you dropped your card at the bus stop.
They're sweet as nectar.
Well, I seen somebody just take a card off the ground because somebody dropped it at a bus stop, right? And the only thing that happened to those people is, forget it. You can keep track of it all you want. But if I was to ever get your credit card information and spend something on yours, right, you would never know it was me. And the only thing that would happen to you is you'd have to pay money for a new card and all your money will be replaced. I'd go buy a PlayStation game. All right, I'd go buy a PlayStation game. Your money would be missing. You'd get your money replaced and they'd charge you for a new card. Yeah, if the money's missing off your card, and you can prove it wasn't you, you get the money back.
Let us through.
Regardless, I worked at a place where a lot of people took a lot of money off cards, and the only people that had to pay were the people that got the money taken from them for a new card. And all their money got replaced back onto the card every time.
You won't find anything of this quality in Twinside.
I seen it happen at a fast food place all the time. I worked at a fast food place. Anytime somebody paid with a... I remember, I can't... So I'm not going to conversate with you because anytime I say 2 words, you try to talk. And then I have to repeat myself, and the people I live with think I'm making too much noise. Good, I seen a lot of people get robbed on a credit card, and nobody got in any trouble, and there was no harm done. All the money got replaced eventually on the credit card, and they had to pay a small fee for a new card because they got robbed.
Oh, good. Slow down, good.
We cannot... Was it here?
It wouldn't surprise.
So?
No.
Where do we...
She's the owner of the Crimson Caravans, up that way.
I went to a Walmart one time and spent all the money off my debit card, just like you're saying, a debit card. Then as soon as I got home, I said I dropped my card at the bus stop yesterday. Why is $500 missing off my card? They gave me my whole $500 back, and I paid $10 for a new card. And I got to keep all the stuff from Walmart. Happens every time, every day. A million times a day, everywhere, all across America, everybody with cards.
Jug of snake spit for the road?
Yeah, you're right. I went to a... Not really. I like talking about movies, video games, or TV shows. So you seen Fallout?
If our new arrivals had brought any coin with them, you'd be rich.
Yeah, put it on. I'm into talking about movies, TV shows, or games. I've seen all the newest ones. That's old. Like I only heard about that one. I know of it.
Well met.
Yeah, at least I know of it. Just happened to never see that one.
You've a
Yeah, 'cause I'm not like really into comedies or whatever.
Many thanks. But where would you put it? I wouldn't want to wait.
Yeah, I've seen too many people die or whatever to laugh at shit.
Let me carry your goods. I'm cheap.
No. I robbed a Starbucks one time. I took a bunch of coffee from there. I used to be a janitor at a college. College had its very own Starbucks. Every time I was in charge of cleaning it late at night, I would take all kinds of cans. There's cans of coffee, cookies, all kinds of stuff I would take.
Looking to hire a coach? It's 10 million for a 2-birder to the Crystalline Dominion.
They try to charge like $10 for like a little ass cookie. I'd take like 3 of them. They want like $7 for like a can of fucking coffee that is like 2 sips. It's like a miniaturized can for like 2 sips of coffee in it or something. I'd take like 3 or 4 of those. Put it on my shit. Put it with my shit. I never bought it. I didn't even know what it was. It was just a part of a building I had to clean.
So what trouble have you got yourself into this time?
It's me trader's pass. It got stolen. By a little bit.
You must have never been to jail then. Jail got the worst coffee. It's just powder and water.
Honestly.
Goots told us that you know the markets well.
Powder and water.
Might you have an idea which little band could have done this?
In jail, coffee is brown powder that you stir in a cup of lukewarm water.
Then we can be on our way.
I see.
Oh yeah,
So
you're right.
neither of
You get like
wears
a couple
trader's pass
pounds.
either.
You get 3 or 4 pounds for $10.
Not that anyone would take you for traders.
More than that.
But
You
I
probably get like
suppose
8 or
that's why
9
you came
pounds.
to me, correct?
'Cause I remember I paid like I think $5 or $10, and I got 4 ounces
But I suspect I
for
know
that brown
why you
powder
did it.
coffee. Just water soluble. You know, I went to jail for 6 months for growing marijuana plants, and none of the plants even had buds on them, and I forgot they were even there. I was smoking weed in my backyard. You're not listening. Yeah, I forgot. Every time I say something, you constantly interrupt me.
Passes have gone from being merely a way of easing one's progress to being essential.
I was sitting out in my backyard hanging out, and I threw some seeds in the dirt months ago. I didn't even go out into the backyard for months. It looked like Jumanji out there, a fucking jungle. Amongst the little jungle that there were some weed plants out there. Well, I got into an argument with this guy I knew. Well, he seen something behind my house when he was sneaking around. And he used that to try to get me in trouble.
Have appeared on the register of those passing through the checkpoint.
Which means?
They tried to say that there was over a pound of weed there. But then when my public defender, the lawyer, looked at all the photographs and the information, there is no buds on any of the plants. It was like they ripped the plants out of the ground and weighed the plants with the roots on the plants with dirt attached to the roots on a portable scale that was in the back of a car.
You stand with us. You want to get your pass back. And we want to ensure that no more are stolen. Catch whoever's behind it all, and 2 birds shall be slain with a single stone.
Is there any other way
New
of getting
York.
to the Crystalline Dominion goods?
They won't let you in if you're not with
The
the
law is
caravan.
different now. The law is constantly changed. Now weed is legal. This was years ago. You can grow weed. You can grow weed all you want now.
The guards will definitely spot you if you try and do that. Like, we don't want to get
You just walk in the store and buy weed.
So either we find the people who took the pass, or give up all hope.
You can buy it like cigarettes, or it's like a safe alternative to alcohol, sold in every store.
All right. We'll help.
Thank you kindly. But I don't know your name. Eloise at your service.
Clive.
A pleasure doing business with you, Clive.
Yeah, but there's a lot more involved that I didn't tell you about, so I'm not going to go into it.
The proprietor of the furniture. I suggest that you speak.
The furniture.
I think they should ban alcohol.
Out of my sight, wretch. Peaches and pears.
Come on, come on!
Caravan stops next.
Juicy pears! Slate your thirst.
Are you the furniture maker?
Looking for...
She told me you were
For one, that their target's harder to... Not that they'd be likely to catch them.
Their eyes must...
The fishmonger.
Thank you.
No, I only did real meth one time. I never understood why people liked it.
You won't find anything of this quality in Twinside.
You should come with me to the Dominion. Life.
Fish for sale! Fresh sorted and smoked! Can I interest you?
She's asked me to help her.
Is that so? For one, this isn't a family operation. All the traders say the street
orphans from the war.
I only read books with pictures.
They're all looking for
a shame.
Whoever's.
And so should.
You should start with the children around here.
It's worth a try.
All right then. Questioning children. How hard can that be?
Yeah, if they made meth legal, so many people would smoke it that they would people that, you know what I mean? The people would just start killing the other people that smoked it. You know what I mean? It would become, if you made meth legal, eventually at some point people would learn how dangerous it really is, and the people that smoke it, you know, you'd have the people that don't smoke it kill the people that do smoke it.
Go and bother someone else, will you? I've got my trader's pass and I'll be leaving as soon as I'm able.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it though.
Excuse me. Cons.
Yeah, but I don't care though. I understand. I know all about it. Yeah, I already know about all of it. I also don't care much about it. Yeah, I want you to notice, my last name is Green. I grow weed. I make YouTube videos about pot, and I went to jail for growing weed. There's not anything about weed that you could tell me. I'm rolling up a thumb-sized bud in a cigar. I'd only make the stuff illegal if you can make money off it. If they didn't, it's illegal because they can't find a way to regulate it and tax it. They could barely make any money off weed. People still selling it illegally. They just didn't want They just didn't want the drug dealers to get the money no more. They said if anybody's going to get the money, even if it's just maybe, let it be the state. Don't let it be the criminals. So now people can grow their own weed, and if they can find a place to buy it, they won't get in trouble, even if they buy it from their friend. But if their friend gets caught selling it to them, their friend will get in trouble. So you can buy as much weed as you want, and you can grow a certain amount of weed, and you can have a certain amount of weed. But there's little to no places to buy it at legally. Like you could walk in a store, any place that sells tobacco sells weed, but it's not allowed to advertise. All right, I'm trying to explain to you how to get. I don't care about that. That's thousands of years ago. We don't care about that. Here's how you get weed in New York, right? Where I live. It's legal to buy, but there's very little places to buy it. But here's the thing. Any place that sells tobacco sells weed, but they're not allowed to advertise it because they'll get in trouble for selling it. So if you walk into any place that sells tobacco and you just be a little discreet and act a certain type of way, you can buy as much marijuana there as you want. You get what I'm trying to say? That's why I'm saying that's what your problem is. Your brain is craving it and you don't understand. You're obviously crazy. You know, the weed smoker cured the asthma. You'd be like, why did I breathe in smoke and now I'm cured? You probably try to blame the doctor and say the doctor cured me. It was because you smoked a joint. He obviously lied to you and wasn't talking about weed then. You obviously don't know how to smoke. You ain't supposed to smoke cigars. I'm talking about marijuana. You roll it in a rolling paper and you smoke it. You put a little bit of it in a pipe and you light it with a fucking match or a lighter. Well, that's obviously secondhand smoke. You ain't never inhaled marijuana straight up. You ain't never put a joint in your mouth, had a mouthful of smoke, and then breathed it in, held it in. I'm explaining it to you. You ain't never had a whole mouth. I never said you did. In fact, I think I started by saying you never. And I said you never did. So you never even took it. So the point I'm trying to make that you won't let me get out? All right, good. I don't care about any of that. The point that I'm saying is you ain't never took a hit of weed, held it in for 5 seconds, and then exhaled it. All you breathed in was secondhand smoke, which is completely different than actually taking a puff off it. So that's probably why it messed up your allergies or your whatever it said you had. Like, for example, here's an example. If I was to take a drag and then blow that smoke in your face, that's different from putting a joint to your lips and inhaling it yourself. It sounds crazy, but it's kind of two different kinds of smoke. Look. Yeah, but you can smoke meth, right? You can smoke meth, though. You can use a glass pipe to smoke meth. Yeah, hookah is the worst thing that you could ever smoke. Those things are terrible and nasty. The most horrible thing, you should throw those fucking things out. Better off just smoking a regular cigarette, a Marlboro, Winston, or Camel. You're better off just walking into the gas station, look the guy in his eyes, and tell him you want a pack of Marlboros.
Jug of snake spit for the road?
Excuse.
What do you want? It's all right. What about? We've heard that some very bad people are making. We need to. I don't know much about. He said he sounds promising.
We need to.
Do you know where he's usually? Thank you.
Yeah, the hookah ruined everything. That shit shouldn't be there.
Let me carry your goods. I'm cheap.
Sound like a fake name to me, Borat.
That's that then.
She must have meant the refugee camp.
Let's hope he's still nearby.
I'm hungry.
Enough of your whining.
Well, I'm gonna be difficult to get along with because I'm the ultimate marijuana person. You must be a cocaine user. You must do cocaine all the time. She must have never sniffed a line once.
That big fat donkey was easy pickings. He wouldn't have noticed if we'd robbed his boots off him.
Somebody who don't smoke weed like you would have been hooked instantly and not been able to get off of it.
Chance to be a fine thing.
Anybody who don't smoke weed and does coke, they're gonna be hooked for life and not be able to get off it. But anybody who smokes weed and does coke, they can just say, "Oh well, coke is bad. I'm not gonna do anymore." And then maybe just smoke some weed from then on out.
Hunter, where are you going?
So, Jill, you were...
All right.
Yeah, because they knew you needed to get fucked up on something.
He can't have gone far. I need to find him before his employers do.
Yeah, because they knew you needed to be fucked up on something.
Did you see a boy run past? He stole something from a friend. There was... Thank you.
Yeah, I know all about it. You need some of it. That's what I think. You need some of it. And if you don't want to use it, you give it away to your friends.
Oh, shit. Cornered.
It's all right, Hunter. I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to ask you some questions.
Fine. Not like I've got a choice.
I'm looking for the people who are making you steal for them. Who are they?
Call themselves the Carstones.
Yes, I know everything about drugs, the things that you say you never used.
But it doesn't come for free. Didn't come at all half the time, before I started buzzing for them. You know, if I didn't do it, they'd just pick on someone else. Someone they could push around.
Most of the new drugs are called research chemicals, and they come off a website from China. You can order them right to your house.
Jill, where are the other two?
Eloise is watching over them. She sent Goots and I to look for you.
Most people, yeah, most people like the people that are selling the LSD. It's not LSD. It's research chemicals.
I gave it to the Carstones.
Opium wars, if it happened in the past, nobody cares about it. It's not dictating the future. When it comes to drugs, the past don't care. Pablo Escobar's dead. Everybody's fighting wars all the time. Do we know who's fighting right now? And who's gonna win? And what's happening right now? What's at the cutting edge right now?
Cowards.
It's called designer drugs. They were designed. They don't occur in nature. You're talking about a war that was fought over a drug that occurs in nature. You could take a plant and turn it into heroin. That's not drugs. Listen to me.
Making a mistake.
All right, it's not about why it was fought.
Like hell we
You're talking about a war that was fought. You said opium. We're not talking about those kind of drugs that come from the earth. The new drugs are called designer drugs. They're created by humans.
Goods.
Yeah, that's created by humans in a lab. You don't find fentanyl in nature.
You're the ones my sister was talking about.
Your sister?
Well, I don't give a shit about that. If you wanted to become some new drug dealer or something, then you had to get some research chemicals. Make it into pills or something like that.
She had a brother.
And why would she?
You have to get a pill machine.
A blade.
Put the research chemicals through the pill machine.
Theodore.
And go to a dance club.
Sorry about before.
Theodore, what do you know of the cast stones?
I'll talk to you next time.
Vultures who have made Boklad their hunting ground. They prey on the desperate, stealing from those with gil and bullying those without it into joining their flock. I'd been looking into their activities in hope of sparing the refugees any further hardship. But it seems they've already stooped even lower than I'd feared. Hans is a good lad. Don't blame. Him for what they've made him do. If he and his friends hadn't agreed to work for the stones, some other poor souls would have. On pain of death, most likely. Clive, was it? And my sisters asked you to help put an end to the pickpocketing. Then we all want the same thing.
Oh, where is it?
So,
What else? You get...
all right then.
All right then. Honza, where are they camped? Don't worry. They'll never know you told us.
Couldn't if I wanted to. They always come to town to collect the passes. Meet us outside the gate. I tried following them once, but they spotted me halfway down the trail. Said they'd string me up.
That's one ugly kid. It's the ugliest kid from any game. Friend. Friend. Hello. Are you there, my friend? Kazu. Kazu Wakayama. Fukushima. Fuka fucking Shima. Fukushima. Fukushima. Hello, is that you, Mr. Fukushima?
Try it this time. Which way were they going?
Back down the road towards Leighton's Cleft.
Leighton's Cleft is to the south, past the camp.
Is that the thing Tomes helped with?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
So the monster we're looking for is in a place I've never been.
Dusan, I know
That's why I had trouble finding it.
Oh, where did all the men of the rock go?